how's it going? All right, I was wearing these on my forehead and I was like, you know what? They kind of fit. They kind of fit. My, what would I call these? These are like my, what are they? The Tom Cruise, I feel like they're like retro 80s. Anyways, I think I even stole these from my sister, so I should probably like hide those. Anyways, good evening. We're gonna give everybody a chance to jump on here. Lots of people are probably gonna watch the replay. I know that's the way it usually goes. So I'm not gonna wait too long to jump into the good stuff. How's everyone doing tonight? If you're jumping on, tell me where you're coming from, cause you know, Lashpreneurs, we come from all over, right? Hey girl, hey Candace, how are you? Candace, you're out in BC, aren't you? I got a little liquid courage, ladies, because as much as I'm trying to work my live muscle, it still is like, you get a little nervous before you hit that live button. Stacy's here. All right. As you guys come on, jump on and tell me where you're from. All right. We're just going to take like literally 30 seconds. 30 seconds, let people come on. What you're going to find when you go live is that it takes a minute or two. Facebook's got to tell your peeps where you're at. They got to tell people that you're live. Oh, I got like some weird bump going on. You think I would like check myself out before I went live? Woo! Hot Mess Express. All right, people are jumping in. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Leanne Leach. I'm a green elite status presenter with Younique. I am a proud member of the Lashpreneur team, but I'm also a very proud member of hashtag Team Lashtown. Lashtown, if there's any Lashtowners in that house, let me know you're here. I need your love, guys. Need some support, all right? So these guys are, my Lashtowners though, are like sick of my face because I'm in that group every day. As much as I've been trying to share as much as I can in Lashpreneur as well, because I really feel like the more we share, the more we grow, the better I get, the better you get, the better we all get. So that's my mentality. That's what I always think. I think sharing is caring. I've always thought that. And I think it does me no good, like have something good going on and to hold it back. Because what does that do for anybody? It doesn't do anything for anybody. It doesn't grow me, doesn't grow my team, doesn't grow anything. Hey, Ali, I'm going to be talking about you tonight. You better stay tuned. Tried to catch some of your live, but I was a little bit too scared. I was a little too like nervous getting into this. Okay, so you are probably wondering why the heck am I here? The little teaser was, let's talk about your customer-based groups, your VIP groups. They could be called beauty blogs. Basically, we're talking about the group that you first created, your launch party. And if you're new in this business, or if you haven't, let's say you're somebody that happens to be watching this video and you don't have a group. You know who you are. You can do this. You can do this. Hey guys, awesome. I love that you guys are jumping on here. Okay, so when you first launch your business, one of the things that you could do for your business, there's no right or wrong, it's just one of the options, the things you can do, is you can create yourself your own group. You're gonna add your friends to it, and I would say I'm kind of like of two minds. In the beginning, we used to say, you just throw them in there. You just get your friends, you just throw them all in a group. And that was like 2.5 years ago. So I feel like we've kind of turned a corner. Hey, Krista. Hey, Denise. So I feel like we've turned a corner and we really have to try to, I guess, hold back on the spamminess. People are so tired of being added to groups. They're so tired. I don't know if you guys are tired. I'm tired of it. I get thrown in groups all the time. However, I will say that my brand spanking new, just got that new presenter smell, presenters that join, I am still telling them, you know what? We're going to make this real and authentic and you're going to be so excited. So, and the first video that I want you to make as a new presenter is I want you to pour your heart out, talk about your business, and then give them the out. Give them the opt out, right? But after that first push where you maybe, this is totally up to you, your discretion. But when you, hey there guys, hi, people are coming in. This is awesome. So the first time that you create your group, if you choose to add all your friends in, that's your warm market. You shouldn't at that point have any strangers on your Facebook unless unless you're with another network marketing company. I don't know. When I started, I had a couple hundred friends on Facebook. I threw them all in that group. I was so dang excited. Facebook lets you add 50 and I was like, oh hell no, they're all going in there. Like I was like, I am going to make this kit money back. So I did that, but I made a message to them because we didn't do videos back then. There was no such thing as videos, which blows my mind now that it's like, oh my God, videos are everything. How did we even grow a business without videos? At that first time I made my party, I mean, I didn't even think I was going to be a presenter still. I was like, I'm just going to make my kit back and run. And I added everybody in. Everybody was in there. It was like a big old like Leanne Friends stew. We were just throwing you in the pot. And I let them opt out. If they didn't like my stuff, if they didn't want to be in the group, they could leave. I've been doing this for 2.5 years and I have had one personal message from somebody saying, can you please remove me from your group? Now I've had people ask about hostess groups. Can you remove me? That's different. But my group that I built, I've only had one person. And in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have added her because she's not like a makeup girl, like at all. So I still feel that if I have a new presenter, I'm going to coach her, friend stew. Stacy, you're just going to marinate them into little friend stew. It's delicious. You're going to like stir them up every day. And then we're going to talk about that. You got to stir that friend stew up. So it's basically though, you have to consider it like your little separate private space where you can talk and be and do anything you want, whether it's about your business or not. And those are your people. Those are your people in there. And I need to talk to you guys about the evolution of my group because it's changed names a couple times. It's kind of changed goals a couple of times. But for a really long time, my friend stew got cold. It was like a nasty stew, right? Because I would just go in the first of the month and I'd be like, hey guys, kudos, right? We all know what that's like. Corporate graphic. What else? I don't know. Then it would be like, oh, I haven't posted in my group. Oh, I gotta post in my group. What am I gonna post in my group? So if that's you, if that's been you, I feel ya. I'm totally with you. I'm totally with you on this. I didn't know how to use my group. And to be honest with you, I don't see a lot of training out there. There's a lot of training on VIP groups, not VIP groups, sorry, parties, on home parties, on vendor shows, all these ways. But I feel like our customer-based groups are possibly one of the most neglected parts of our business. And a lot of people, don't know what to do. They don't know how to use that group. They don't know what to do. They kind of figure, why would I post it in my group when I can post it on my wall where everyone can see it, right? I'm going to use my group just for deals, offers, and specials. And I'm telling you, you're missing out if that's all you see it for. Because it kind of looks spammy. It kind of feels desperate. And that's who I was. I was that girl. I was like, and I'm not even gonna lie, that was me. I was like that girl, right? So recently though, I've had a mindset shift, right? We talk about this a lot. Talk about changing your mindset, changing the way you view things. And I will tell you that what clicked for me was actually exploring this idea I'm going to present to you through, first off, I started watching videos. And I will tell you that the only people that I could really find good training on were from Cara Lewis Newton. Cara Lewis Newton talks about her customer base group, right? But she does give limited information, and anything that kind of comes out after is usually, it's her 6 months, like you're watching the reel back of, you're watching the slides of her life. She's like, yo girl, I already lived that 6 months ago. Like, so just know that you can go and find some great information from Cara Lewis Newton. She's one to share. She shares so much, and that's wonderful. Oh my God, my girl crush. I'm like forgetting her last name. Oh my God. I'm like so embarrassed right now. I don't even have her name written down because I was like, oh, I know her. Oh my God. I'm going to type her name in the comments so you guys are going to go find her. We've posted her in this group. What the heck is her name? The blonde from Texas. She's amazing. Oh my God, I've totally blanked. If anyone knows who I'm describing. But anyways, she talks about her group as a beauty blog, okay? Same deal. It's your friends too. You're putting your friends in a group and then you're going to present, not Lawrence, although Amanda Lawrence is like, oh my God, she's life. She's life for me. Not Lorenda. Oh gosh, what's her name? Anyways, it's gonna drive me crazy. Yes! Jordan Philbeck! My dad, my God, my husband, not my dad. Oh my God, he's probably upstairs like, you guys are like, you're like seriously going crazy on this call right now. So yes, Jordan Philbeck, you are going to go look her up because she talks about her beauty blog. And when I started like hearing this and seeing this, I was like, I get that in theory, but I know I'm not doing it. So how can I do it? And so I had to kind of go through sort of an exploratory period. Ooh, thank you. Oh my God, Miss Ella said I'm looking hot. Ooh, I do have a lot of lights on here, so I am quite warm in temperature. Sorry. So yeah, so and Allie's pointing out one of the things that I love about her. She is so organized. She is so thorough. She's got it all. She has her business together. She is somebody I look at and I'm like, I need to be you because I am so far from organized. So I will tell you, first off, I need to tell you two of my struggles. One of my struggles was I didn't know who I was. I didn't know. I do have so many girl crushes. I do. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I stood for. I know I love this company. I know that I love Younique. I know that I have hobbies, but I kind of like, I feel like I lost myself. I feel like I don't know. Even while I was with Younique, I was like, what am I going to post in my customer base group that I'm not posting on my wall? If you guys go scroll back on my wall, I'm an open book. I mean, anyone can see. They know all about my life. They know, you probably know everything I've done tonight from just going to look at my wall. Like, so what I'm saying is I got my wall nailed down. I got it. But my VIP group, I always struggled with, what am I going to put in there that they don't see on my wall? They're going to be sick of me, right? So through personal development, started to see, Leanne, you got to figure yourself out. And so I encourage you ladies, I'm going to ask you a couple questions tonight. I want you to write them down. I'm going to think about them because you're not going to know the answers off the top of your head. If you do, like, amen, power to you, like all for you. But I didn't know. I was like completely clueless. So I also did the, thanks Sarah. I also did the Deb Erickson course, which was like, if you were like want your mind blown and you want to be like peeled like an onion and your world turned inside out, you go take a Deb course, okay? Because she will like rock your world. She's gonna rock your socks off, okay? So I found myself through Deb Erickson. Ella's been posting about the training that's $29. Like, jump on it. Jump on it. That is the cheapest you're gonna see any training from her, and anything you get from her is gold. Like, I'm still trying to work through the course I took. Like, still trying. So again, I didn't know who I was, right? That was the first thing. So it was a journey to sort of find who I was. And I didn't know how I wanted to use my group. I just knew it was sitting there and it was kind of like a waste. I almost considered closing it. Like, do I even need this thing? And then I was like, well, I do need to do a lash sale if I want to promote. Or flash sale. Like, so when I started to look at my pattern and I was like, you know, I would do a flash sale every couple of months. I'd say, you know what? I do a flash sale probably 3 times a year. I do one like getting rid of stuff like before catalog stuff comes out. I usually do one at Christmas. So let's say 3. So that's like a good amount. But I found that I was offering stuff in that group willy-nilly. There was no plan to it. There was absolutely no organization to it. It was like, oh, I guess I'm going to offer no tax today. Let's just do that. And let's just see, you know? So I decided I needed to take a look at myself. I needed to figure out what was happening, what's going on. And I want you to know that some of this stuff is stuff I'm still working through, and it's kind of like a long task to sort of take this on, but you have your whole summer. Now, what I'm going to tell you is, you guys know you need to be doing parties, right? You know, like I know. You know, you need to hear this like you need another hole in your head because you've heard it. You know you need to do parties if you want to grow, if you want to expand your network, if you want to sell, if you want to recruit, all that good business, right? If you are somebody who, for whatever reason, is not doing parties. If you are not doing parties, then you need to listen up right now. You're going to use your VIP group, your customer base group, is your beauty blog, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be your guinea pig, okay? This is your safe place. There is nothing you can do wrong in your group, okay? I want you to look at your customer base group as the test run that you're going to take this time, and you are going to be so freaking amazing in your customer base group that you're gonna have so much confidence. Because I'm telling you, I've been doing this now. I've gone on a run, and now I'm at that point. Goosebumps, goosies, oh goosies. I feel like it's a Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo's like, I got the goosies because you are your performance. Okay, so when you get the goosebumps, that's like your body's sending your signals of like bang on, you're on, right? So I'm on the cusp of something, and I know on the other side is greatness, but it's sometimes you need courage, sometimes you need confidence, sometimes you need something to get you going. So why not practice in your customer base group? Those are your friends, right? And if they don't want to be there, they're going to leave. I've had lots of people leave my customer base group, but I've only had one person like tell me, take me out. Other people, they come and go, right? If you're not their cup of tea, that's okay. That's okay. They can catch you on your wall, or they can unfriend you. Who cares? Honestly, if you don't want to see this crazy, then you probably aren't coming over for coffee. I'm just saying. I'm probably not inviting you over for a glass of wine if you are sick of my makeup posts, my posts about my kids, and my crazy hectic life, right? So you have to look at it that way, right? So, but consider that your customer base group is a hostess party. Okay, now let's talk about how do you get people in your group. Okay. Oh, a little bit of liquid courage. All right, let's get to this. Now I'm breaking out my notes, guys. There's no one here to yank me off the stage. So, okay. So, how do you get people in your group? I mentioned that the first time that you start your group, your new presenter, I let people decide. I let the presenter decide. Are you ready to add all your friends to this, or do you want to ask them? But after that initial blast where you add everybody in, after that, I don't really encourage you to add people in, because if people have left, you don't want to, you don't want to add them back in again. I've been that person who has left a group. I'm like, I'm just going to quietly just sneak out the back door, and then I'm thrown back in the group the next day, and I'm like, oh, she knows I left, so you don't want to be that girl. Don't be that girl. So after you've done your initial push, your blitz, you've started your business, your launch party, you've added everybody in. After that, here's how you can add people to your VIP group. One, these are all things I've tried. These are all things I've done. You can go back on my wall and look in the last month. You're going to see that I've done this. You can post on your wall that you have a customer VIP group. I would recommend you give it some kind of a funky name, and that's going to come in discovering your brand. I'm going to talk about that next. But when you post on your wall, you're not going to say that you're offering deals and specials and they are whatever, but give them a little teaser of what's to come, what's in your group. Do you have something planned? Is something exciting? Basically though, you're free to post on your wall. That's your wall. Do that, right? Get people into your VIP group. So that's inviting them. You'll notice that all of these are opt-in. The opt-out option is like, I'm in this group. I don't want to be here. Right? They can opt out. Opt in is when you're inviting, you're asking, right? The next thing you can do is, if you're prone to do lives on your wall, which again, I'm going to shout this out because I'm a big fan of, like, you put your goals out there, you say them, and then you can be held accountable. I am trying to go live every single day this summer, whether it's on my wall, my VIP group, my business page, my team page. There's not a day that I'm not going to be going live, because I need to work this muscle until it's worked in, and it just is like that. And I don't have a bead of sweat dripping down my back like I do right now, right? I'm going to get there, and I need your help for that. That's why I'm here. You guys are challenging me to step up my game. So if you're in the habit though of going live on your wall, mention it in your videos. Tell people, oh my gosh, guys, that was so much fun. I'm so glad I'm doing makeup with you. I have this really cool thing going on in my VIP group. Or if you like this video and you want to see more, and you want to be added to my VIP group, comment below. And I've been saying, comment, add me. And I had one video, I had 8 people on my friends list say, add me. I was like, that's awesome. I didn't know you guys wanted to be in my group. That was amazing. Like, I was flattered that they wanted to see, like, they were drinking my Kool-Aid. They were like into it. So I was pretty happy about that. So you can mention it in your videos, your lives, your posts, okay? Another thing, you can ask them. Now I'm going to share a tip from another Y girl that I am tackling this summer, because it's no small feat. It is no small task. So when I first started, I had less than 500 friends on Facebook. Now I have just under 2850. And I know this number, I actually probably can say is like 2839. The reason why I know this number is it's one of those things that I look at and I put on my calendar, I put it in my book, and I know how many friends, how many followers, because that's how I see. I'm a visual person. I need to see my network growing. Okay. So what I will tell you though is, in your customer base group, get that number out of your head. Don't even look at that number, because that's your VIP group's not necessarily a numbers game. It's a relationship game, okay? But when I'm only stating numbers as in a way of just to share with you how I had a couple hundred friends on Facebook. I was no one to look at or, listen to, or like, I didn't even wear makeup. Like, nobody was going to take me seriously. So I needed to, I was about not even a year in my business, maybe like 7 or 8 months in my business, and I'd gone through 2 cycles. You guys know, you start your business and you're like, wow, this is amazing. And then 3 months in, you're like, nobody's buying. What's happening? So when you reach that point, you just need to start adding more people. So I made a commitment. I was going to add 3 to 5 people every single day. And ever since I made that decision, I have stuck to it. And that's how I've been able to grow my friends list and grow my network. So this is going to take a long time for me. If you have a couple hundred friends on Facebook, it's not going to take you that long to do this. What you're going to do is you're going to go and Google the instructions for downloading your Facebook friend list, okay? It's not hard. You do the instructions and you get sent like within a couple of hours. Facebook sends you a link, you click on it, and you can take, I don't even have Word or Excel on my computer. I just use Google Forms. I took it. I don't even know how I did it. Honestly, I feel like it just opened up in Google Forms. I think I might have opened a Google Form and then like copied and pasted. And it was like my whole Facebook friend list from the order of people I added. So the top of the list were people I literally just added to Facebook. So I did it in a Google, like what's it called? Just like it's like a Word document, but it's the Google form. And I did it in sheets because I wanted to be able to have columns for tickers, right? So I started to, and it's like, I really hope I'm in Lashpreneur, because if I'm on my wall right now, this is like uber embarrassing. But I'm telling you guys, because I'm not an organized person, okay? I'm not an organized person. I'm getting myself organized though. I'm a big believer that it's mindset. If I keep telling myself I'm not organized, I'm just gonna be an S show for the rest of my life. But if I can turn my mindset around and be like, I watched that video, I got notebooks, I have a calendar, I can write, I can do this. It's not hard. If I tell myself it's not hard, I can do it. So I have this list and I've gone through, and as I'm engaging with people, I'm giving myself a little check because again, I'm visual. I need to see that. You may not need to see that. Maybe you can fall into a Facebook scroll hole. Do you know what I'm talking about? You're like, I'm so going to work on my business. Like, share. Like, you fall into the scroll hole. Don't fall into the scroll hole. The moment you find yourself falling into the scroll hole, you need to stop yourself. Stop. This is a reframe. Stacy, we're going to talk Deb now, right? You're going to reframe your mindset. You're going to say, I can do this. I've got this. How can I figure this out? And then you're going to you're going to stop yourself. Stop. I'm scroll holing my life away. Okay? I just wasted an hour of my life. So instead, now you have a list you can go to and you can be like, I'm going to find people. I'm going to seek out these people. All right? So that is something that you can do in the way of building relationships. But you can also go through that list and you can ask people if they would like, you can opt in. Would you like to be a part of my VIP group? But my thing is that if you're going to invite them to something, you have to, I always believe, if it's not spammy, I feel, if I'm going to give you something. Like, how is it spammy if I'm going to give you something? People are going to be skeptical. But if it's a true intention, if you set your mindset to the intention of, I really am going to give people so much value, so much awesome stuff in my VIP group that it's a shame if they're not there. Because this is stuff I'm probably not going to post on my wall. So that's my mindset now. I think of it as, I'm gearing up. I am going to be doing some awesome stuff. So I know that I'm going to go through that list now, and I am going to one by one, I'm going to ask, let's just assume I have like a couple of guy friends. Like maybe I know like two guys. Like, I don't know. Like, okay, so probably a couple hundred. But I'm just saying, like, I'm going to go through all my women. So maybe like, let's say it's like 2,500 people, and I'm going to message them over the course of the summer. Is it going to be a lot of work? Heck yeah. But I know that if I do that, I can get that done by the launch of our new catalog items, my group is going to be jacked up, and your group can be jacked up too. Okay. You can jack up your group. So we've talked about kind of like, your group, like how to add people to it. Okay. Just know there's so many ways that you can add people to it, but don't be afraid to ask them if they want to be in it. Now, for those of you who are like, I don't know what to write. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to even ask them. It feels really spammy. Okay, here is where it gets really good, all right? So we're going to talk about discovering your brand, okay? So I've written down a couple of questions here because in order to know what your VIP group is or what you stand for or what it's going to be, other than being, if you're going to use your VIP group and you're just going to post those corporate pictures with a little like sticker on it, like don't even bother. Don't do all this work just to post that. It's just not worth your time. There are better ways that you can build your business. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But if you're not doing parties, what do you have to lose? Right? Like you might as well give this a shot, right? So you need, and I'm a big believer because I've gone through many evolutions. Like the evolution of Leanne is I just keep changing, right? And my brand keeps changing. I can't settle on anything. I'm like a fart in a whirlwind, right? So I've got my Black Status hat on now though, and I'm like, who is Leanne? Who am I going to be? So you need to do the same thing if you have the same goals as I do. And if you just want to have fun, wouldn't it just be great to just figure yourself out and to know who you are? Wouldn't it be great to have a group where you feel safe to post in and go live in that's not on your wall? If that's something you're not comfortable with, you're going to create this little tribe of women who love your posts and engage in your community. Aren't you going to be excited for that? So this is what we're kind of working towards. So some questions I want to ask you. First one's, who are you? Who are you? What are the first things that kind of pop into your head? You're going to write down, who am I? Who the heck am I? Whatever comes into your head, you are just going to just find a moment. You're going to be quiet. You're going to sit down with your notebook. Who am I? And you're just going to start writing. Journal one page to yourself. That first page that you journal is going to tell you more about yourself than you were ready for, right? Number 2, what roles do you play? So what do people call you? What do people call you? And I don't mean bad names. People call me bad names. I don't care about those people. I am a mom. I'm a sister. I'm a friend. I'm an auntie, right? I am a lover. I'm a fighter. What do people call you? Think about those roles. What hats do you have to put on throughout your day? I'm a hard worker, right? So think about those things and use I am statements because that's going to just affirm who you are, right? So write those things down though. Who are you? If you need to write like, who am I? And in a circle, and like, this is called mind mapping, by the way. If you guys don't know what mind mapping is, there's actually science behind how doodling inspires creativity. Yes, I'm such a geek. I am such a geek, and we're getting to that. Stacy knows. Stacy's like, spoiler alert, holy. Okay, so we're gonna like branch off here. And if you do this, I gotta find the video because I watched it like 5 times because I was like, I finally feel like somebody gets me. Because of my doodling. And I was like, I get all these crazy ideas and I know now why. So if you do it in this format, it's going to be really helpful for you. The next thing you're going to ask yourself is what's important to you? Okay. What is important to you? The house is burning down. What do you grab? Okay. I don't know, stranded on a deserted island. What do you bring? I don't know. You have to think about what's important to you. Okay. Another thing you need to think of is what do you like? Okay, some really great questions you can ask yourself are kind of superficial things, but they can revolve around what are your favorite books? What are your favorite TV shows? What's your favorite movie? If you were sent to jail, because you did something real bad, you're going to jail, and you can only take 5 books and 5 movies with you to watch for the rest of your life because you're like a real badass, okay? You went to jail for life. So what would those 5 things be? All right, I'm being ridiculous, but these are the things that these are the silly things that I think about. Like, these are the things that I talk about when we have campfires. They're like I don't know. Anyways, we play a game also. I used to play with my friends called This or That. So you would say like, I don't know, you just say this or that, make a choice. And it would say a lot about you. So just, throw out some things like that. What do you like? What are you grateful for? Okay, this was pretty self-explanatory, but if you're not keeping a gratitude journal, I really encourage you to do so. What are you grateful for? Because the things that you're grateful for are the things that are really important to you. It's kind of like wrapping everything up all together. This one's an easy one. The next 2 are super easy. What do you stop and look at on Facebook? So when you fall into a scroll hole, because you will, because we all do, what are you looking at? Are you looking, and we're not talking about other Y sister stuff, all right? We're not talking about that. We're talking about what do you stop and look at? Do you look at, I don't know, funny animal videos, recipes? What do you share to your wall? What's important to you, okay? It's all finding out who you are, what you like, what are you about. You're trying to figure out what flavor you are. Like, what's my flavor? Because not everyone's going to like your flavor. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, not everyone's going to like you, but that's okay because I don't know about you guys. I don't intend to be the Walmart of unique. Like, not everybody's going to like me. And I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that. But the people that do like me, I really hope that they fiercely like me. Like, I hope they've got my back. And the only way that I know that I can connect with them and attract the people that are like me is if I know who I am. If you're walking around there and you don't know who you are, what you stand for, you don't know what to post, then, you know what I mean? How do people become attracted to that, right? You're going to attract people who are also walking around life not knowing who the heck they are. We don't, which I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But because I was a stray dog, I was like, I don't know what to do, right? So I'm okay with that, but I am much better and more affirmed in myself and feel much more uplifted, empowered, and validated by knowing who I am. So I promise you 2 last things are easy. So scroll hole on Facebook. What are you watching? What are you looking at? Just make a little, just be like, I seem to look at a lot of wine things. That's me. I seem to like a lot of coffee memes. Yeah, I like some coffee. So things like that, right? So it doesn't have to be anything like earth-shattering. It doesn't have to be all about you being a mother or that you're a dog owner. That doesn't have to be your life. It can be silly things, like little things, right? Next thing you're going to do is, if you are on Pinterest, go flip over to your Pinterest and look at your boards. That's the easiest thing you can do. And you're going to be like, oh, I get a feeling of what I'm like. Like, people can get a feeling for your flavor. They know your flavor by looking at your Pinterest board, okay? So that's just a couple things I had written down for your personal brand. Now, my personal story, I told you guys, I've like jumped all over the place. I've been all over the map with who am I? Who am I? I'm Lashy Leanne. I'm this, I'm that. Oh my God, I'm all over the place. So what I kind of settled on about a year ago was really, and I'm going to quote my friend Stacy on here. She's all about letting fly your flag is what she'll say. Whatever flag you fly, she always says fly it high. Like, so I let my geek flag fly. And that's a mouthful. Try saying that 10 times fast or 3 times fast. But I let my geek flag fly because I'm a huge nerd. I'm a big geek. If you need mascara math, I'm your girl. If you want to know about a soundtrack that was in a movie, I'm your girl. If you you guys know where I'm going with this, right? I'm a huge geek. So I was like, I am the unique geek because I'm like, oh my God, this liner? What is this liner? I don't want to talk about the liner till I know about the liner. I'm like a green person, right? If you guys don't know the color quiz, if you don't know, that's another way too, you can find out who you are is by taking some personality quizzes. And I was like, there's a lot of things that kept coming back that I like to know stuff, right? So I like to know about stuff and then I like to share it. So I'm a sharer, right? So I know that, for me, finding my brand was all about kind of coming back to that. And it used to have kind of like a bad stigma. Like when I was growing up, it was not cool. But thank you, Big Bang Theory. Thank you, Big Bang Theory, because it's now cool to be a nerd or a geek, I guess, right? Thank you, Derek. Because he completely nerds out on every single live that he does, right? So those are things that make you feel like, hey, there's other people out there that are like me, that totally geek out. So, but I will tell you that in my exploration of myself and in trying to figure out my brand and my group, I've talked to so many people because I'm trying to figure this out. And what's happened is I know everybody geeks out about something. Everybody's got something that they are like over the moon about. So when I think geek, I think of passion. I am very, very, very passionate about so many things in my life. When I used to be a shell of a woman, I was like a body walking around who didn't know who she was and didn't know what she liked. And I was just going through the motions, right? And I didn't even know it. I didn't even know that I was a shell of me. I just knew that I used to be fun. I used to do things. I used to get out of the house. And then I just felt like I wasn't anymore and it didn't matter and I'll get it later. But no way, you got to reclaim that. Time is flying by, girl, and you're not, just by letting the days pass, which is easy to do, by the way, you're not doing yourself a service. You're doing yourself a great disservice. So figure out who you are. So once I discovered what I stood for, who I was, all of a sudden my personal wall that I reflected to the world, it was like taking a big old breath of fresh air, and I felt so comfortable and good to be me. I could be me, because if people didn't like my flavor, they can go munch on another Facebook wall. Like, I don't care. I don't care. You want to scroll by me? That's okay. Do all my posts about my crazy kids that get into trouble, do they bother you? I'm sorry. Keep scrolling in your scroll hole. It's okay. I'm okay with it, right? So there is something about a confidence that comes in accepting and knowing and being proud of who you are. And that's going to be reflected in your VIP group. So now let's talk about, what do you post in your VIP group? Because I feel like I just needed to take some time and talk about some deep stuff, okay? Deep stuff, because you have to know who you are. And if you're floating around in life and you're not really sure who you are, or you're like super defined and you're like, I know what I am, I know what I stand for, and I know what people think about me, okay? Go on, Chelsea. Go, oops. I do that a lot too. If any of you guys have ever watched my lives, I mess up all the time. If you think you can't go live, I'm telling you, I'm a hot, sweaty mess right now. I need liquid courage. This is really crazy. Jillian said this is a large glass. I think it's just I just think it's the illusion of the camera. I don't think it's that big. It's like a tiny glass. Okay, so now we're gonna get to the really good stuff, and I'm gonna need some audience participation for this. Unfortunately, if you are watching the replay, it's not gonna be as interactive, but for the people that are on right now, we're gonna start to talk about, what do you post in your groups, okay? And I am going to... I have a couple people that I need to reference and use examples for, because I'm surrounded by women who are smarter than me, better than me, funnier. Like I just think you need to surround yourself with people who are always better than you, because it just makes you up your game. Because it's embarrassing if you like stay like little, right? Like you want to. It's good to be around people that make you want to be better. So I have two girls in my downline who, I know Chris is on here, so she has commented. But Chris is somebody that, and I'm not going to share too much of Krista's story, because that's personal for her. But we had this very deep conversation, and we were shooting back and forth talking about, who am I? What do I stand for? Because Chris is somebody that struggled with being authentic and being genuine, and worried about being spammy, afraid to ask, because if you're asking, then you should be giving. Like, she's a giver. She's yellow. Like, if you don't know the personality quizzes, she's yellow through and through. She's all about helping others, the sisterhood. She is like an amazing, amazing person. I don't even think she knows how amazing she is. So she was struggling with her VIP group. So we went back and forth and we talked, and I really strongly encourage you to find a wise sister. They don't even have to be a lashpreneur. I'm just saying, they don't have to be in your upline, your downline. I love how in the other day Melissa said, sideline, diagonal line, like wherever the heck this person comes from, whoever is somebody that you identify with, you're gonna hook arms with them. And I got a couple. I am so lucky that I've linked arms with a couple of people. Like, we've made a chain. Like, you guys don't know people that I've done. You guys know, if you're on here watching and I've hooked arms with you in the past, you're part of a chain, because you guys are holding me up and keeping me strong. On the days when I don't think I can do it, I just think, goosies again. Okay. Oh, yeah, Lynette's another wise sister that I've chatted with and get ideas from and all this stuff. So, talking to Krista, let's get back on track. Talking with Krista, we started shooting. Once she went through the process of figuring out, who am I? What do I love? What do I want to share? What will people like to hear? We decided this whole thing of a makeup group having to be all about makeup, well, that's just dang old ridiculous. That's crazy talk. How come it can't be something more? How come it can't be? We say we're more than makeup, so let's be more than makeup. So she has gone in a completely different direction in her group. It is something that is so genuine and authentic to her, it's not even funny. Like, I look at her group now and I'm like, I sit there with a big old glass of wine and some popcorn, and I watch the show. Not in a bad way. I watch it in awe. I'm in awe. I can't believe the evolution of this presenter. She's really coming into her own. She's finding a way to authentically run her business. And you know what's happening, guys? She's only been doing this for a couple of weeks, and she's now come to me. And I'm so sorry to I'm speaking so freely about a wise sister. I did ask her permission, by the way. Krista, I hope you're okay with this. Krista has come to me now, and she's like, I'm going to do parties. I am going to do parties because they feel good to me. Because now she's created this friend stew and she's been marinating it for a couple of weeks. And we're going to talk about how do you marinate that friend stew, right? You got them in that group. Don't just post on the first of the month, right? So what do you do with them? How do you have fun with them? How do you add value, right? How do you show them who you are and what you stand for? Well, Krista locked arms with a fellow Y sister. Her name's Amanda. She's on here watching. She just threw up a couple hearts. And the two of them have really flushed out this idea, and they're very common in a lot of ways. Like they have a lot of similarities between them. So I think it's almost kismet. Like it's like you guys were supposed to meet. You guys were supposed to like hook up, right? I love playing Y Sister Matchmaker. It's like one of my favorite things. I didn't even hook them up. They hooked themselves up. I'm not taking any credit for that. But I love when you can encourage somebody, like go find somebody you can like lock arms with. So something that they're doing, totally meant to be, something you can do with your Y sister is you can, it's basically, it's a pacing partner, it's an accountability partner. And what you're going to do is you're going to push each other. All right. So what they've done is one of them found a graphic for a 30-day makeup challenge. I'm sure if you went on Pinterest or Google, whatever, you could Google it up, right? So go find yourself a challenge. And they have challenged each other every day to post something every day. And so 1, they're being consistent. 2, they're being authentic. 3, they're fleshing out who they are and their brand, right? And they are doing an awesome job. They're doing a wicked job. Like they're having so much fun with it. And for once, I feel like they've come back and their feedback is, oh my gosh, this is fun. You're going to do things in your business. If you're serious about your business, you're going to do things in your business you don't want to do. I'm not going to lie. You're going to have to send out messages for parties. You're just going to have to. You're just going to have to go live on your wall. And the first couple times you do it, it's going to like completely suck. You're going to be awful at it. Maybe not all awful. I don't want to get that mindset. Let's have a reframe, right? I'm just saying that you're going to look back and you're going to be like, I'm so much better now. Okay. We all do stuff in our business that sucks that we don't like. We don't like cold calling, right? We just want to use attraction marketing and have them all come to us, right? But your VIP group is somewhere, it's a safe place where you can have fun and remind yourself why you're here. Why do you love this business? Are you out here to help people? Are you here to put great products on people's faces? Are you here to uplift, empower, and validate? Because I feel like that is what this is all about. So use your group, your customer-based group should be a place where you can uplift, empower, and validate, okay? And whatever else you stand for. What is your mission statement, right? Yes, fun and nurture. You want to give. You want to like just marinate the friend stew and just keep adding new ingredients in and spicing things up, keeping things cool. So what I started doing in my group, you have to understand that I'm having these conversations with all these different women and I'm getting all these ideas. And I have these big, huge notepads and I do my crazy squiggles. But the one thing that Leanne is like absolutely terrible at is doing. Okay? Horrible at doing. If you identify with this, you're just gonna give me the hands up emoji. Okay? Give me the hands up emoji. If you are a procrastinator, if you stop yourself, if you have an idea and you just feel like you never act on it, if you have excuses, any of these things, I'm telling you, this is me to a T. However, this was me to a T. My reframe is, I get stuff done. I check things off my list every single day. I get up now and I tell myself, I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but I have to do this. Otherwise, who else is going to do it? Like, I got to do this. I'm a rock star. I have my stuff together. I am organized and I am a friend magnet. That's what I tell myself. I tell myself ridiculous things, affirmations every day. I have to because it keeps me on track. So I feel like I got a little bit off track there. So I don't do, okay? I don't do the do. And another good presenter, write this name down. Not that you don't know who this is, maybe, but Kelly Rose Sarno, she is a goddess. She's a Y goddess. Just saying. Go through her Facebook channel and you'll just, wow. But I'm that person that if I'm not falling into a scroll hole, I'm falling into a YouTube hole where I'm just like glued to the YouTube, right? And I'll watch, and I'll have all these, I'm not trying to, this is not me being boastful or like cocky. I get some great, really inspired ideas. And there's times where I'm talking to another Y sister and I give them away. I'm like, no, you take that idea. You just go with it. Because I know, I'm like, I can't do all this stuff. I can barely get my act together to do one of these ideas. Kelly Rose Sarno. So Rose is her middle name. Kelly Rose Sarno. Sarno. She's one of the, I don't know if you want to call it like the new Gen Black. I don't know. There's going to be like generations. Like, you know how we have like Gen X, Gen Y, millennials. She's like a millennial Black status. She's fairly new. Okay. Fairly new to the Black status group, but she's been rocking it for a long time. But anyways, she has some amazing training. And, sorry, I don't even remember where I dropped her name, but she's, awesome. So I would just get all these ideas and think about all this stuff, and then I would never do it. So the new Leanne is like, I take action. I'm starting to do stuff. I am not letting myself think. I have immersed myself in personal development about taking action. So I'm getting up earlier. I'm trying. I am trying to get myself focused and calm and organized in the mornings. I am reading The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. If you don't know what that book is, look it up. It's amazing. It's about taking action. It's about doing it. I am a doer. I get things done. That's what I'm trying to tell myself. And I know that if I tell myself and I'm motivated and I do it, I'm going to do it. So here's how it's translating into my business. I set a goal of going live every day. I've done it. I'm going live every day. I feel like I missed one day and it was like 12:30 and I was like, oh, I was so busy. I missed a day. And I felt awful that I missed a day. Whereas before, if I did one a week, I was like, celebrate good times, come on. Like I was like super excited because I went once. Now I'm upset if I miss one, right? So it's a different mindset, right? It's a doer mentality. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it scared. I'm going to do it like sweat dripping down my back scared, right? Like you have to just embrace it. You just got to just do it. So what I decided to do was I'm like, my VIP group's just sitting there with the corporate graphic posted from last month. Like I haven't posted there in 2 weeks. So do you guys know what I'm feeling this? So it was just like an evolution. I'm having all these conversations. And so I was like, I had this vision that I could be, if I could get myself into action, into do mode, I could really be the series queen. Like, you know what? KLN, she owns the party scene. Like, and I'm saying, I'm jumping into parties, but I'm saying if she is like the party queen, I was like, I could be the series queen. I have got a bazillion ideas for series. And so when you wonder, what am I going to post in my group? You got to figure out who you are. You got to make sure there's people in there. And then to engage those like-minded individuals, you're going to post about stuff that you love. You're going to find a way to tie makeup back into it. And to start, what you can do is you can use the monthly kudos to get you started. And I'm going to share with you an example of how I've locked arms with a new pacing partner on a 5-day series, and I can tell you what we've done. So Allie, I'm not sure if Allie's still on this live recording. I don't even know what time it is. I'm just trying to check my computer there to see, because I know we've run really long, and I really appreciate all of you guys for being on here. But Allie and we are both neck and neck. We're both so close to getting on the cruise, but it's like really far. Feels like we have to work. We have to hustle to get this cruise. The trip, Punta Cana, right? So I was just like, let's do this. Like, let's just do this. So every day we've been chatting. Every day we touch base, maybe just once, sometimes more than once. Voice message back and forth, right? And we're both running a series. We've called it different names, but it's basically tied into our kudos. It's all about selling the splash lipsticks with the liner, okay? And we know that by selling those, we get the double points up until like midnight tonight. A VIP is a goal, of course. Reward for belonging, but personal wall to 10 maybe. Yeah, you got it. You can't stop posting on your personal wall. I always post on my personal wall, like consistently. There's rarely a day that I don't post 3 times. Like I'm very, very consistent on my wall. But your personal VIP group is the place where you can Really shower your customers with appreciation and give them all the good nuggets of information, okay? Now, this is not to say that you can't share stuff in your group and then share it on your wall, or that you can't go live on your wall and share it to your group. There's gonna be some cross-pollination. There's gonna be some interaction between the two because your wall is you and your group is you, right? But consider your group like your place to really cultivate your girl tribe. Okay. And I feel like if you can do this in a really genuine and authentic way to you, and you can give so much value. If you guys haven't read Jab, 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 Right Hook, just go and look at Gary Vaynerchuk. Like, just watch some of his stuff. He puts so much great content out there. Watch some of his stuff. But basically his book around Jab, 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 Right Hook is you need to give, 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 give. You got to keep giving. Give, 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 give. And then when you go for the right hook, it's you invite them. Right? And so when you invite somebody, so imagine you have 100 people in your VIP group and you decide I'm going to do a series, which by the way, my goal is to do, I'm going to do a minimum of 2 series a month, a minimum. And if people get sick of it, they can't get sick of it because I'm going to be crazy. I'm going to be zany. You guys see this? Like I can't even bottle this, right? Like I'm going to just take all those ideas and I'm going to do them. So yeah, have a lady tribe. Okay, excellent. Same page then. Yeah, so your VIP is like that first hostess group that you had, right? So to add value in those groups, to have a series, start with something. If you don't consider yourself a really like overly crazily like creative person, let's say, then don't worry about that. Focus on the kudos and figure out around it. So I'm going to share with you now what Ali and I have been doing. I can't remember what she called hers. I'm not going to give that away. But what did I call mine? Oh, Lips Are Moving. I call it Lips Are Moving. And I'm a huge fan of Dubsmash. Again, it's the geek in me. So if you don't know what the app Dubsmash is, go check it out. It's so much fun. You're gonna like fall into a Dubsmash hole and you'll never climb out. You look up pop culture references and you can lip sync. Okay. She called her Splash into Summer. Okay. So basically what I'm just doing is my lips are moving, or I put my lips are moving, but you know Meghan Trainor, so I did a Dubsmash too. Your lips are moving, and then to announce that, and I didn't even really give much notice because I just decided and I just did it. I didn't give them the build up. I was just like, I'm just gonna do it because I know if I give myself time to wait, I'm just gonna like drop the ball and not do it. So it was all about posting tips and tricks for using your liquid lipsticks. Now, could I post the colors that we don't have yet? I can show them the colors, but I was using the other products on me. So we were showing what did I do today? How if you use concealer or foundation on your lips as the base, it creates a more opaque, intense color with one coat. So using less product by having that. Hi, Fran. Fran, I'm so excited you're on here. Okay, and then what else do we do? Oh, today I did a little bit of Sexy Pigment in the middle. So if you put your liquid lipstick on, even though it's matte, it's kind of got that creaminess to it, right? So the Sexy sticks to it, and then you just blend it in. So you guys can probably see I have a little bit of lightness in the middle there, right? Ombre lips. I've actually used Stoic around the outside. So you can create a lot of dimension. Like my lips look like super jacked. But I think I even said like, this is how you can create the look of fuller looking lips if you don't have the lip plumper yet. Like if you're sitting there waiting for the lip plumper, like here, I can show you how you can make your lips look bigger, right? So we took 5 days. Ali and I said, let's do 5 days. Let's blast this for 5 days. So we're posting, I would say 3 to 5 times a day. And then in between series, I would suggest taking a break, but still posting once a day, okay? Included in your posts, in your VIP group, and this is something that I fall behind on sometimes, and then I feel bad because I don't want people to feel unappreciated, but a thank you goes a long way. I will very, very, very strongly encourage you to try not to use a random graphic. Like I know we all love word swag, but just using a background and writing thank you doesn't really say a lot. So what you can do is you can use your content, your value added content, and tie in a thank you. So let's say somebody buys plush liner, your thank you can be if you have the product, you can wear it and you can say, it's your face and it might say thank you on it. Just so you guys know, whenever I do my makeup, I do like a photo shoot. So this has been super, super helpful for my VIP group. So if you have a day when you're like, I just can't put makeup on, I just can't. Then don't. Go to your camera roll. You should always have a constant steady stream of selfies that you can just post, right? Go and clean it up if you do have ones that you're never going to post. You're like, no one's going to see this picture. Get rid of it. Don't save that on your phone. But I will tell you, I will just, if I put makeup on, I'm like step by step, I'll do a video. Like if the one day a week I wear makeup, you know I'm going to do 4 videos and I'm going to take like 100 selfies, right? So change your lip color out, do whatever. And I take pictures like you see. So I can say now, in the beginning, I tried to be somebody I wasn't. I tried to be this, like, I'm going to tell you today how you're going to use your products. And let's go through this, okay? I was that girl. You guys can see that's not me. I was like stuffing the Leanne, but that's when I was a shell of me and I didn't know who I was. Now, my thank yous, I like shoot it right here and I'm like this, like, ooh. And then in my word swag, it's like, what's up, girl? Like, or like, thank you. So I'm like, ah, or like, you know, like I get really crazy and I do them and they're fun. People like to laugh. If they're not laughing with you, it's okay if they laugh at you. I don't know. That's my opinion. Like you laugh at me all you want. I'm okay with it. Right. So no customer service voice. Absolutely. We all have that. I'll tell you, one day a week I go and I still work as a bartender and a server. And we always joke. If you guys, there's a movie called Waiting and it's so true. You walk around that kitchen corner and you're like, hi, how can I help you? Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, look at your little children. Oh, you're so sweet. Okay. You go back and you're like, number 32 wants another refill. I can't stand it, right? Like you want to be able to be yourself. And here's a place where you can be yourself, right? I can be that self. I can be that girl. And the people that don't like this much crazy, that's okay. They can go. They're going to find a much more subdued presenter that's going to service them. Like I'm just saying. Which by the way, I don't even know that I could say service them in my group without somebody jumping on it. Those are the kinds of girls that I'm attracting. These are the kind of girls that I'm attracting into my life now, which I love. This is way more authentic and genuine to me. Okay. Be you because you are enough. You are enough. So tell yourself that I am enough. I am enough just who I am as I am. And it's been a struggle to figure out who this girl is. But now that she's here, she's pretty, you know, proud of who she is. So I encourage you to post daily, post about yourself, post about things that you love. So I talked about like, how do you figure out who you are? So I'm going to use Krista as an example. She loves coffee. So she posts about, it's more than coffee because we talked about this. Her love of coffee isn't just like, ooh, I love how this tastes. It's my favorite drink. Oh, it gives me a little energy. Like that's not what it is. It's like, when I have a coffee, a quiet coffee to myself, it's my me time. It's like divine. I'm not just talking about a coffee on the go. I'm talking about my coffee. Doesn't that evoke a feeling, right? It's a feeling, right? So think about so for me, my luxury about thing is wine, which if you scroll through my wall, actually, I don't think I've posted about wine a lot lately because I've really been cutting back on my carbs. So the wine's gone. And Krista will just vouch for that. She says it's my me time. Sarah, I love your mantra. You got to have a mantra. And you got to tell yourself that every day. So write it down and tell yourself your mantra every single day. So how would I incorporate wine into my VIP group? Well, you can have Wine Wednesdays where you sit down and you show up every Wednesday with your glass of wine and I'm going to share something with you. Okay? It doesn't have to be makeup related. It can be, I have my extra large glass of wine today because I got to tell you about what happened today. And those are your friends. Those are your people. You can be vulnerable. It's a safe place, right? So if you're not inclined to go live on your wall, I challenge you to go live in your group because it's going to have a much different vibe to it. Okay. Also, don't be afraid though, if you're going live in your closed groups, if you don't get a lot of interaction right away, or you don't get a lot of people talking to you, if you haven't announced that you're going to go live, I find that interaction on your wall publicly versus in your group changes dramatically. But if you're able to go live in a closed group, but you're able to announce it ahead of time, hours ahead of time, that makes all the difference. Okay. I find that on my wall, I can just go live and there's going to be somebody on, or I can give a 15-minute warning. Hey, going live doing this. And I'll have a good amount of people just watching just because they happen to be on Facebook and they scroll hold their way past me. And they're like, oh, I'll go catch Leanne, you know. I'm missing all these comments. So Krista does Coffee Tuesdays. So she does her coffee talk. Krista is about motivating. She really loves and is inspired by our mission statement. So she wants to uplift and empower and validate women. So she has chosen a day of the week where she is going to shout out and honor the women in her group. It's not just about her. It's not just about her selling makeup. It's about uplifting, empowering, and validating the women who are in that group. So she's shouting them out and saying, like, she had a self, so her month of like, I gotta figure my group out, is she focused solely on giving to these ladies, pouring her heart into this. Your Beautiful Wednesdays. I'm trying not to give away all your branding here, Krista. Krista's a sharer though. She'll tell you. She'll share. But she poured herself out and she asked them to post their selfies. And on every one, she commented back, love your gorgeous face. I love seeing your children. Oh my gosh, your haircut's so awesome. Like, she's very, very engaging. So I encourage you to do that. Krista has a smallish VIP group. However, her work and her time put in, her engagement is great. Her engagement is some of the best engagement I've ever seen. I wish I had the engagement. So that's where I am doing the do. I'm doing the do. So last month I did a series on eye looks. Because I was like, I'm going to focus on this kudos, right? So we're going to do the eye looks. And I was doing things on my wall and inviting people into the group. If you like what you saw, you're going to comment, add me, and I'm going to add you to my private and closed group. I'm going to be sharing more tips and tricks in that group that I'm not necessarily posting on my wall. So people were requesting to be added. Splash into summer, I said to Allie's group, but my lips are moving. I've been doing silly things in that group and sharing things here and there, right? But I'm telling you that if you're engaging and you're giving back value and you do that through the whole summer, what's going to happen is in the fall, you're going to have added people to that group. While they're there, you're going to have given them so much value that they just they're like, this is awesome. This is great. So when you need to ask them to book to host a class, they're going to be like, heck yeah, I'm all over this. I love your stuff. I'm learning so much being in your group. Do you see how it's like, it gives you street cred. It gives you valuable, like you just have that value now to them. So something that Emily said in her live the other night was you have to be the expert. You have to position yourself as the expert. And I think that there are a lot of people in this group that might identify themselves as not being an expert. Okay, there's a lot of people that didn't get into this because they're an expert. And so I agree with her. I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying I agree with Emily that you need to position yourself as a pro at something. You need to own that. Own that. And sometimes what's kind of cool is owning that you are miles ahead of where you were and that you are a work in progress and that you are learning. And if you can own that, you can be expert at anything. And I really think it's mindset. If you look at it and you say, oh, I could never be an expert at makeup, that's ridiculous. Get that out of your head. I just wore mascara when I first started this. I can tell you a million stories of how I would buy product and it would sit there because I didn't know how to use it. I was like, oh, I'll just leave that there. Right? So you have to invest in yourself to get products, to try stuff. And then you have to go watch some YouTube videos. You can teach yourself. You can teach yourself anything through YouTube. It's like YouTube University Tube. Okay. So teach yourself how to do stuff. Take some ownership and become the expert in something. And you don't have to be the expert in everything. But like figure something out. Figure out your brows, girl. Figure out how to do the tips and tricks to get your lashes like touching your eyebrows, right? Figure out what eye colors look good on different eyes. Anyways, but this is all content and value that you can add to your group when it comes to makeup. All right. YouTube for everything. You got a YouTube. In the future, there will be no schools. It will just be YouTube. It'll just be people teaching people. I think. I'm gonna have one sip because I'm really thirsty. Okay. So now is where the people that are left over. Let's talk about your groups. I don't even know how to do this. I really wanted to have it like an interactive part where I could spit fire some stuff that I was thinking. But truly, I really think if you just, I'm going to try to do this. Can a couple of you guys shout out just like, I know this is going to sound silly, but random things, and I can tell you how I could turn it into a series. Okay, you know what? While you guys are thinking about rando things, I'm going to tell you. I am going to do a series coming up. It is a Disney princess series. Okay, so my build up to it is going to be to ask them what their favorite Disney character is. If you had to pick one, I'm going to show a meme of Ariel. Okay, cats. All right, I love it already. Love it. Okay, so I would, oh, Candy. Oh God, you guys are killing me. This is awesome. So in my Disney Princess series, they don't know it. I'm building up to it. And my series is going to be like, you know that meme of Ariel? And she's like, look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? You know, I can post that. I can dub smash myself doing that. If I don't want to post Ariel's picture, everyone's going to know when they hear Ariel's voice magically coming out of me. They're going to know where I'm coming with. And I'm going to hold up all my makeup out of my trunk, right? And the series can consist of anything that ties back to Disney princesses. So I'm going to keep them guessing every single day. Am I going to recreate a look? Am I going to be Mulan? Am I going to, actually, I thought about my Mulan thing is going to be, there's like a meme too, it's really funny. She has her full kabuki, like face of makeup, and she takes her sleeve and she just wipes her face. And half of her face is like the makeup off. And so the meme is like, whatever makeup remover wipes that Mulan is using, I need to get my hands on them. It's like her sleeve, right? But we have them. They're called Shine Wipes. Duh, right? So of course I can do my Mulan face, right? And I can show that meme, right? Because I'm a total geek. People are going to get that. They're going to know, they know me. They know that they can expect a total geek. So I'm going to do that. And then my video is going to be about how you can take off all your makeup with one little wipe, right? So think about that. Think about Disney princesses, right? You're going to rock a red lip like Ariel. You're going to be evening ball gown ready like Belle, right? I'm going to be the belle of the ball. Like, you can see where I'm going with this, right? Think of a Disney princess and I can tell you, we can come up with something you can do with it, okay? So now I'm going to scroll back. I'm going to go to Candy because Allie's thing on Candy was so fun. So already I would be thinking of what's a fun name for Candy. Truly, if you're not a creative person, never run out of Shine Wipes. Krista, you need to do a live about that. Oh God, she had a wipe situation. She could have used just one wipe would have helped her. So let's talk about Candy. You can go and Google Candy and then just see what, you know how Google finishes your sentences? So you can write Candy and it will just finish. See what pops up. See if something comes to mind, right? I love going to Dubsmash. So I go to my Dubsmash app. I would type in Candy. And the first thing that comes to mind is, I want candy. Dun, 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 dun. So you know that I would be Dubsmash, and I probably have a super comically oversized lollipop, right? And Candy Crush, like think of all of the things. Like I've got a Candy Crush. You can talk about your favorite candies. You can have looks that are inspired by the colors of candy, right? You can Pop Rocks. This is my Pop Rock lip look, right? If you could even say that. So this is where I want your minds to go. And if you literally take your big piece of paper or your notebook, write one word in the middle. So when you do the homework on yourself and you know what you stand for and you go, I really do like my wine. I really do. Then you can write wine and you can think, how can I incorporate this in a fun way that's me? It's going to be in my group. Is it Wine Wednesdays? Is it wine on, shine on? Like where you grab your glass of wine and you shine on somebody else? You talk about somebody that's awesome, that's kicking butt in that group that you've noticed? Do you validate them? Do you take wine and do a series and talk about white wine is like, your nudes. It goes with everything. I don't know. White wine goes with everything. Or do you talk about the deeper red colors? Do you talk about Merlots? Do you talk about a Merlot lip? Do you talk about a Shiraz eye? Like you can see how you can go with this, right? So Krista, you're a diehard Candy Crush fan. That's stuff that if you post that on your wall, right? People know that about you. You can tell them that in your VIP group. I don't know about you guys, but I am a diehard Candy Crush fan, so I've got something really excited planned for you, right? Then maybe 2 days leading into it, you're posting stuff about Candy Crush, and they're going to be like, what is Krista doing? Like, because that's what people do for me. Like, I feel like they do that on my wall, and I want them to really do it in my VIP group. I want them to be in there and be like, I just don't even know what she's going to do next. I just don't even know. What else have we got? Hello Palette 5 for the Candy series. Yes. Hello Pigments that are retiring, right? Your Candy Crush, you've traded in your Candy Crush for these pigments that you're totally crushing on, right? And have pictures of you like totally crushing out on your colors, right? So find ways to incorporate bright colors. I'm just going to scroll back just to see any of the other, I asked people to write out random words. Okay, you know what? Somebody wrote cats and somebody wrote dogs. What if you took the comparison of cats and dogs and you make like a this or that series? Like, are you a cat person or are you a dog person? And then you're going to have them comment on that. And they're going to, because people love animals. People that love animals really love them. They're really committed to their pets. So get them to comment. That's your engagement post. Your build up to it is then, I'm not even saying you have to do your makeup like a cat. Like that to me is the obvious thing. The not so obvious thing is comparing a cat person versus a dog person. What are the qualities and the traits, right? Then show products that is more like a cat and more like a dog. Cats and dogs could be, you're comparing, or I'm just thinking like, it's like comparing apples to oranges. Like they're two different things. They're in the same group of like pets or animals, but they're two different things. So have a this or that. Like do you have, good old trusty, reliable, I don't know what to say, like brown liner versus you got a crazy spunky dog, are you going to put on blue or green liner? Do you know what I mean? Like there's ways, and some of them are going to feel like a stretch. If you make it fit, you can make it fit. And that's where I'm talking about bringing your groups back to being about you. You're going to find if you just committed to just doing one, like if you just said, I'm just going to do one series and it's going to be 5 days. And I don't even know what I'm going to do, but I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to mind map this out. I'm going to find out things and focus on trying to post stuff that people aren't expecting. And if you can find a way to tie it back to the makeup, because that's what they're there for, right? Then you can do that, okay? I'm going to just delete that notification there. I'm going to scroll way down to the bottom because I see that I've missed a lot of comments. Krista says she's starting this next, doing a series. Okay. Colors everywhere. Natural versus pop. So I have a lot of series ideas based around TV shows and movies and books. So if you're a book lover and you're attracting other book readers, right? Like you've got other book lovers that are maybe in your VIP group. So ask them, what's your favorite book to read on the beach, right? Take the covers of those books and create the makeup from those covers. Like find something to do to make it come back to makeup. Could that work for parties? Okay, Sarah, this is the next part of my notes. So let's say you don't do parties. And you're like, Leanne, I know I'm supposed to do parties, but I'm just terrified. I don't want to ask about them. They feel spammy. I don't like asking for the sale. Okay. If you don't quite have the mindset yet that your parties should be about giving and adding value and teaching, you're just giving it away for free. They get that for free. If they want to buy the products, then bonus to them, right? And I will tell you that anybody that's got high PRS, if they tell you they're not doing parties, they're probably lying, because there's no way you can grow your business without doing parties. You will hit a wall. You will. So eventually you're going to get to that. But this is the best way to build up your confidence, to build up your creativity, to be able to take on the challenge. Because I will tell you, I am so fired up right now. I filmed half of the videos for my parties, because I wasn't happy I was using old material that wasn't me and it didn't feel authentic. It was basically using someone else's party script. You know what I'm saying? You know when you see a video and you're like if you're me, you're green, and I take all my notes down. So I had all the notes of just tell me what to post and I'm going to post it. Okay, welcome video. Okay, I got to do a welcome picture and I got to look cute. Okay, and I got to be like this. Okay, I'm going to do that. So that's how my parties felt. And so they didn't really feel like me. But in order to get now to be to the point where I'm like, no way, man, I'm like a huge geek. And if there's just one geek in that group, she's going to look and she's going to love me. And if it's just one out of the 50, I'm okay with that. I can be who I am. You can be who you are. Oh, I'm so sorry, Allie. This has gone way longer than I thought it would. Like, as always, I'm just very, very long-winded. I really, really, really appreciate everybody who's watching it. I really, really value you and your time, because this is more beneficial for me than it is for any of you. So the next step you're going to do, though, is imagine you do a series, okay? Feels good. You get some great content. You do some tweaks. Imagine you get confidence. You go out. You start booking parties. All right. I suggest your first round of parties could be or should be a standard script that you've perfected and you've honed, and I use the word perfected. Bad word. Bad word. You cannot use the word perfected because it'll never be perfect. And I'm a perfectionist. And if you ever looked around and saw my life, you'd be like, there's no way you're a perfectionist because nothing is perfect. But sometimes when you're a perfectionist, nothing gets finished. That's where I'm going with this. So get perfection out of your head. If you can just have some kind of a script that you can kind of hold to, it's going to allow you the comfort to be able to do the party, one party, or do 10 parties. And you're going to know what you're going to do, right? It gives you a plan, it gives you some focus, and it gives you some confidence because you're very proud of what you just did, right? But if you start doing some series and they're really good, they get some good interaction, you're going to find you're going to do a series and there's going to be such good interaction on it. You're going to get sales from it that you're going to be able to go back into your old parties. You're going to be like, I'm going to go to my top 5 hostesses. You go back to them and you say, and if they're your hostesses, previous hostesses, they should be in your group. So they're going to have already seen it, right? So if you've had somebody interacting and you're keeping track, then you can be like, Susie, I did a party for you like 6 months ago, because again, you're building up. You're going to do the parties. This is building you up to do them, I'm telling you. So you'll have done a party for Susie. You're going to be consistent with your group and giving them value. And think about what Carol Lewis Newton does. She's done Take a Stroll Through the Ages. She's done things about empowering women and confident women, makeup for all ages. Like she is, you can imagine I think we would be blessed if we could just be like a fly on the wall in her VIP group, because she blows it out of the water. Like she just goes crazy on it, right? So put that hat on, be that person, and offer so much stinking value that later when you go to Susie and you say, you did a party with me 6 months ago, even if it was qualified or not, it doesn't matter. You know that series I just did? I would love the opportunity to do that for your friends. Can we reopen your group up? And it's going to feel right. It's going to feel good because you've got a better relationship with them. I'm telling you, if you use your VIP group to expand more on who you are and figure out who you are and share that in a really fun and unexpected and quirky way, and I'm very unexpected, I'm very quirky, this is part of me, but if this is not you, I just encourage you to find a way to make it you. Because you can't be me. You can't be anybody else. You gotta do you. You gotta be you. Okay? So does anyone else have any ideas that they want to just spitfire? But otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to shut her down because it's been way long. But I guess I would encourage you that if there's any interest in, I know that we're probably side chatted to death, but I'm not. I love my chats with my Y sisters. Lynette, music. Oh, music. The only thing that might screw you with that is Facebook not liking music. So Dub Smash, I've never gone to jail on a Dub Smash because it's so short. It's usually it's under 10 seconds. So that's why I think I love Dub Smash. But if you're playing music in any background, but you can call out a song, people are going to know that. You can call out an artist and you can make your makeup look like an artist that as famous, right? Okay, so Krista loves chatting. Okay, so let's open this table up. Let's open this conversation up. Celebrity looks. Amanda, oh my God. Can you imagine a series on celebrity looks? You could ask your group. Who they love most. You can give them the option. Okay. Another person. I'm so sorry. I'm going to give you guys more. Michelle Withers. I can't remember her full name. She is known as the Question Queen. Okay, if you don't know who she is, go look her up. She talks almost exclusively about your customer base groups and your parties. That's her training. That is her training. She trains people on how to do it. She's like the tag team for your customer base group. Okay, so you're gonna go. She offers tons of amazing free resources, and she's the Question Queen. Some of her stuff I find a little tad cheesy, but that's her. She's doing her, right? It feels cheesy on me, so I make it me. So find a way to maybe learn what she's going to teach you and make it you. So in your groups, you can be asking questions like, who is your favorite celebrity? Who is somebody whose makeup is iconic? Show them 4 pictures and say, which look would you love to see me recreate? Right? There's so many ways that you can take a celebrity series down. You can just send it down. Now, something's happening magically. magical things are happening in this thread. If you're following along, Krista and Amanda are Y sisters. I will tell you, these girls here, they are both my girls. So they're sideline sisters. They do not benefit from each other. And they are firing each other up and inspiring each other in the comments as I'm talking. They are carrying on their own. This is what you need to find for your business. This is what you need to find. So I'm maybe going to throw it out there. If anyone's interested in having any kind of a customer base series chat, because it's not something that I think even if we started another group, I kind of feel like it might get lost. But if you just need to flush out some ideas and you need some soul food, you need some inspiration, you need something from other people, that is why I have my huge chain linked arms like this wide of all the Y sisters in my life who I love and adore, because I take something to them and I say, I'm thinking this, what do you think? And then they throw out their ideas. One of my partners in crime, her name's also Amanda. It's not Amanda Ouellette, but my Amanda. We've been doing this for since after Chicago convention. We fire back and forth, and through the ages, over time, we have each challenged each other to do series, and it's been so beneficial because it gets you excited about your business. And I just started doing this lips thing. Normally, she's like my go-to. I would bounce off her. I didn't even think. The 5-second rule was like, you post that you're doing it. Post that you're doing it. And then you have to do it. You're committed. So she was like, oh, what are you doing in your group? I got to do it. So it fired her up to do it too. To do like, I'm going to do my own version. So then she's posting stuff and I'm like, great idea. I never even thought of doing that. Allie and I are doing the same thing. And she did Splurge cream shadow. She used Elegant on the middle to make her lips pop. I used Sexy. I kind of did my take on it, right? But I saw what she was doing as my sideline sister and it inspired me. So look for ways and resources, ways that you can be inspired, but then you got to do the do, okay? So I can already see there's a couple of ladies kind of jumping on here. Maybe we'll give it like 24 hours. If anyone's at this point, if people are at this point, if they've watched this far and they want to do some kind of a group chat and it's maybe not one of your most active of chats, but when you need an idea, you can go to that chat. You can say, hey guys, I'm thinking this, or I asked myself, the questions to figure out who I am, and I love animals. How do I incorporate animals? So whatever that is for you, whatever that looks for you, if you need help with fleshing out those ideas, let's do it. Let's help each other. Let's be those sideline sisters that help each other, because this is what it's all about. So thanks so much. You guys were amazing. The interaction on this was like unreal. It was everything I dreamed of and hoped for. I truly thought I was going to be on here for half an hour, so I kind of don't even want to look at the clock. I don't even want to look. Alrighty. So I encourage you, if you can share outside of this group, I don't even know if you can share this. Maybe Ella can post the link. Yeah, she can do that. Ella can do that. Of course Ella can do that. Ella can do anything. So maybe Ella can share the link for this. And if you want to share this with your teams, go for it. If you whatever. If you have any questions, just ask me. I don't know how to wrap up a video. This is my problem. I'll just talk for another hour. So ladies, peace out. It's been a pleasure. And thank you, because my big thank you is that by being here, you're giving me ideas, you're inspiring me. I think that I get more of these than you guys do, honestly. And you'll notice that I have kind of been stepping up my game in Lashpreneur, because I'm really trying to like better myself. So I want you guys to know that going live is scary. Doing team trainings, it's scary. It is scary. But the more you do it, the better you get, the more comfortable you're going to get with it. And I have told the universe that I'm going to speak at convention. I'm going to speak at a convention. I don't know how I'm going to keep it to 40 minutes or whatever it is you got to do, but I will tackle that and I will narrow it down. 40 minutes. They'll have when I'm on stage, you guys are going to see me and they're going to be like hooking me off the stage. Okay. So, thank you so much. Alrighty. Have a great night and I'm going. Okay. Bye guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.